Hello! Hurry up, it's Raid Night Tubers. Welcome back. So let's play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance with me, Blue Ankylo, where we're in a little bit of a rush because I want to get one more episode recorded and I have something I need to do in about an hour and 50 minutes. We can't have a 3-hour episode today, boys, so let's get to it. Chapter 14. No dawdling. Let's read quick and play fast. Hopefully there's not a million lines of story, but we'll see. I don't know. The Benyan Empire, the largest nation on the continent, is a theocracy dedicated to the goddess Ashura. Reigning from the summit of the empire and guiding the world with the voice of the goddess, the Apostle Saniki rules Benyan. As Ashura's chosen vessel, the Apostle is showered with love and respect from the entire nation. 7 imperial senators aid the Apostle in the governance of her realm. This system of government has been the backbone of Benyan for many long centuries. After Ike and his company aid the Apostle, her holy guard take them to the imperial capital, Sien. Hooray, we made friends with someone in power. Accidentally, as always. It's a pretty cool kingdom. I wish there was, more, this is one of the things that newer Fire Emblems I think is pretty cool with, where you can walk around in terms like the monastery and 3 houses and stuff like that. Like, when you've got these really nice background locations and stuff, it doesn't have to all be 3D, first person, third person, whatever. But, I always thought Shining Force was cool because you could kind of explore towns and dungeons a little bit. Besides just the strategy layer part, the fights. And I think it's good that Fire Emblem's leading that direction a little bit more. Because, the artwork here, it looks amazing. What if you could just wander around the city for a little bit, right? I'm sure it's a ton of time to make that all work, but still, right? It looks really cool. The upper class of Benyan society lives in the pampered comfort and luxury. Known as the Sainted, these elite power brokers reside in massive temple-like homes whose spires dominate the skyline. Wait a second, this sounds a little bit like One Piece. The guiding tower overlooks all from the heart of the city. Here, Ashura holds her vigil, watching over the world. Oh, by the way, that giant tower that was in the video at the beginning, yeah, there's just a goddess up there, no big deal. Surrounding the tower is a series of temples, large and small, placed in orderly systemic fashion, built by OCP. One temple, however, is conspicuously larger than the others. It is the Grand Temple Mainol, home of the Apostle. Ike and his company, used to the freedoms of Crimea, find the differences in culture and custom to be very confusing. But Ike doesn't notice, he mostly just stumbles through, right? That's how it go. Training? Chapter 14, you're still teaching me how to play the game? Now there's color. Even cooler looking. Now then, you have proclaimed yourself the orphan of Crimea's King Ramon, Princess Alicia Riddell Crimea. Correct. Indeed. I have heard stories that King Crimea had a daughter in secret. My men have reported as much to me in the past. However, whether you are that princess or not is another tale. Do you have nothing that would lend credence to your claims? Nothing. Took all my energy simply to avoid the capture of Dane. I had no time to secure proof. Should have a signet ring or something? Isn't that what nobles do? Huh. With Crown Prince Renning also dead, there's no one who even knows your face. What am I to do? I'll vouch for her. But, Lord Ike, you just found me in a forest. You don't know I'm the princess either. Nah, I have no doubt. Surely this has to be the princess. She seems princessly? I don't know. Oh, really? And tell me, what gives you the strength of conviction? Well, if we believe her story, this woman has not engaged with the outside world since the day she was born. So how is it that you, a lowly mercenary, dare to assert her authenticity? To be fair, she's been told she's the princess. She actually might not be, in theory, if she's never even really been in court. There was no coming of age ceremony or all the usual stuff, right? She could have just been told by her, parents, oh, you're a secret princess, but we can't show you to the king. Oh, no, you're just a secret. It's kind of crazy, but it's possible. The Dane army pursues her with bloody-minded determination. Now, this is a good argument. At every turn, they demand we turn over Princess Alicia. Surely the enemy has proven that she's the princess, or at least they are willing to treat her as such. What further proof do you need? If someone of proper standing made the pronouncement, I would accept it as irrefutable proof. But you're a commoner. You have no surname, no documented lineage, you have nothing. I know commoners, they are poor. For a price they'll support any lie, no matter how outlandish. And the nobility will not, oh Sanaki. You think the rich won't lie for more money? I mean, sorry, true. Oh, now, I suppose you will tell me that you are the son of some noble house. Nope, I'm a mercenary. I'm no lord this time. No, of course not. But wait, perhaps you're a royal knight of Crimea. I might have one of those, actually. I am neither a noble nor a knight. I have no connection with the palace whatsoever. And no matter how much gold I stood to gain, I would never betray my convictions. Elincia has paid us, yes, but nothing more than the standard fee to purchase our service as her escort, and we didn't even really want it. They had to force it. We've come this far only because we believe Elincia to be the woman of integrity. We would not sell our swords to a liar. I don't care how high and mighty you might be. I will not stand here and mock the bond of trust that lies with us and Elincia. My lord, He's not a lord, we just proved it. How dare you? Who are you to address the apostle so crudely? Gods, seize this man! For his abuse of the apostle, the penalty is death. Halt. Ch14 was right about you. You are very interesting. Apostle? Ch14? Oh, that monk we rescued. Yeah, he was a nice dude. A monk, was it? His disguises are always so clever. Never ceases to amaze me. And as always, he remains an enigma. Heed my words. Ch14 is in truth Duke Belsis, Prime Minister of Benyon, and my most trusted advisor. He has been traveling the neighboring lands for months, trying to ascertain the condition of the people there. We have received detailed reports on Princess Elincia and the mercenary company serving as her escort. Oh, well, you knew we were coming. You knew all along. Yes, well, I apologize for testing you. You see, life here in the palace is dreadfully dull. I'm always so very bored. Thanks to the princess and her brazen little escort, this interrogation proved to be amusing. No, so that's what this was. How very like you, Apostle. A cunning game of wits and words. Smashing. He's got a face only a mother can love, and maybe even not her. Oliver. Even your most loyal servant, Duke Oliver of Tanis, was on the verge of being completely fooled. I am humbled. Oh, come, Duke Lacane. It's all a ruse, was it? No, Apostle, you do tease us mercilessly. Still, it was not such a bad way to amuse ourselves, was it, Duke Hetzel? No, so true, my Duke. Princess Crimea, it appears you have put a smile on the face of our beloved Apostle. What an honor. Okay. Madness. This is Benyon. Oh, sorry, I'd almost forgotten in all the fun. Ch14 already told everybody, yeah. It's fine. I don't even need proof. I'm just being a jerk, really. Spoiled little princess. I'm very grateful. Wait a minute. Objection. What is the meaning of this? You knew she was the princess? You continue to humiliate her for your own entertainment? For some stupid game of wits and words? This isn't a joke. Elincia's homeland is lost. Her family's been hunted down and killed by the monsters of Dane. With nowhere to run, with nowhere to turn, she endured mortal danger and terrible heartbreak to reach your door. And then what? You laugh at her? Where's the humor? Where's your decency? You're horrible. You're all... Alright, Ike, you know what? Bonus points. This is gonna get you killed, but I approve. You're all horrid people. You disgust me. You owe Elincia a proper apology. But, Lord, Wretched peasant, you'll lose more than that treasonous tongue. Duke Lacane, restrain yourself. But... I am speaking, be still. Ike, I do understand your feelings. Your passion for your employer is truly a beautiful thing. Would that my own fawning vassals shared your commitment. Truth be told, your behavior does test my patience. Raise your voice one more time, and you will seriously damage the princess's already precarious position. Do you understand? Nope. Just say it out loud. Even if Elincia is truly Crimean royalty, she is at best heir to a dead country, nothing more. Without Benyon's support, Elincia's claim holds no meaning. Am I wrong? Even if we harm her fragile feelings, for the sake of her country's future, she must stand by and say nothing. In fact, she is in no position to do anything but beg for Benyon's favor. Or hadn't you noticed? I have much to consider. For now, I shall take my leave. I will meet with my senators soon and discuss the state of affairs. Crimea's future will not be uncertain for long. Until that time, I suggest you relax. Perhaps you could try your hand at our courtly games of wit and words. Sounds just like what Ike would want to do. What a nerve to take advantage of our situation and speak down to us. I don't care if she's the Empress or the Apostle. I can't stand her. Ike, isn't it possible that the Apostle again, every time this comes up. Isn't it possible that the Apostle saved you? I've talked about this before. I will remind everyone, this is the problem with writing text without saying it out loud. Because if I was a writer, I would almost never, if I thought to say it out loud, want to make a sentence like that. There's almost no way that it flows naturally in English. Now, again, these are written in Japanese and then translated, and everyone's doing whatever they want. But the possible Apostle, man, it's a tongue twister and a half. Yeah, by the way, right, what? I don't understand. Titania is correct. Benyon is a nation ruled by time-honored custom and ancient convention. You insulted the Apostle, the very symbol of their way of life. The fact you're still breathing is a miracle. Oops. And as her escort, your criminal behavior would fall directly on your employer, Princess Alicia. If you had truly angered the Apostle, any hope of restoring Crimea would have been vanished like a puff of smoke. Madness. They sacrificed a whole country for their ego. Ike, this may not be much of an answer, but letting madness rule the day is the prerogative of nobility. My research has determined that nobles like playing with us. The Bjork divide themselves into classes, and with classes come prejudice. From the moment of our birth to our final dying gasp, we commoners, we are not allowed to defy the upper class. If only he was human, he might understand the feelings in my heart. Sadly, the machine cannot really see us. Alicia, I'm sorry. My ignorance does not excuse my stupidity. I am pretty dumb, actually. Sorry. No, what you said in my defense made me very pleased. Oh? To see you angry on my behalf, your words filled my heart. I got my speed on the right? I want to make sure I'm not like... The music sounded a little weird. It wasn't as noble as you make it sound. However, there is one point I would contest. It is true that I've lost my family and my home. But I did have people to turn to, people to rely on. My lord Ike, you and your company were at my side. For me, this has been a great source of inspiration and happiness. Ike, please call me Alicia. Wouldn't that be improper? I mean, you're our employer and... You did call me so earlier. Oh, oopsies. You didn't notice? My apologies. I will be more careful. He really should have taken like a year of etiquette like his dad told him to. Like, you know, trade him off to some castle and have some old lady whap him with a spoon every time he looks the wrong direction or something. Well, I suppose we should go. They've prepared us rooms. Oh, Ike. Well, you know what she wants. Ike, beep boop, beep boop. Printing out report. You made some money. You spent a little bit of money forging me a racist spear. You now have this much money and you got lots of combat XP. You can mostly thank Astrid for getting 100 per kill. Also, Marcia is MVP. She's amazing. There were no casualties. Beep boop. Report complete. Alright, some prep time. Now, this time it's going to be fairly quick. There's not a lot to talk about. I don't have a lot of bonus XP. I did spend it on Astrid, and I promise I didn't even reset once. She just got good levels. So, easy peasy. I didn't change any skills. Outfit-wise, I made one new lance that you'll see shortly. You can guess what it is, but I made it for Gatry, because I would like to use them a little bit. And I've got more lance users than anything else. But, interestingly, this is the point where steel weapons become available. So that's pretty good. They're definitely very strong. And a steel axe is friggin' nothing. 16 power. You can give it a bit of accuracy if you want. Hardly costs anything, and you get an amazing weapon. Very, very good. That's probably the best steel weapon. You could make a steel bow. It's not too bad. It is a bit pricey. I thought about making one for Astrid, but it's fine. Swords are still kind of too expensive for what you get. I mean, nothing wrong with a good steel forged sword, of course, but this is why I didn't rush to make an iron sword. The steel swords, if I am forging them, will be just generally better anyway. And you can kind of see, like, the money. 4,000 gold, almost, for a 10 might weapon. Or 3,500 gold for a 13 might weapon. I know there's some hit rate and stuff as well, but it's actually cheaper. I mean, this would be that's exactly the same as the iron sword with the weight, with a bit of extra weight. But we don't need to hit that bad usually. It's just interesting how the math works out for these. That's 1,000 gold less, just for using the base of a steel weapon instead of a iron weapon. And we don't need the hit rate, like maybe a little bit, but for the same price, now we get two extra attack and a little bit less weight, or a little bit less hit. It seems way, way stronger. And it's the same kind of thing, like this is why, like, wind magic, it's just no point ever forging that. 15,000 gold. But yeah, we're gonna go with a steel lance, and I think I did something like this. Pretty cheap, you know, good deal. It's not quite as cheap as the axe, but lances are good. And Gatry, I think the way I'm thinking about it is Gatry's never gonna double. So if I give him the max damage, you know, 15 might lance, the best I can do for now, he will still be hitting real hard, even if it's just one hit. If I want to use him, I think that's kind of what he needs. Other than that, I don't think there's really anything else to talk about. Oh, the next map is foggy, so I bought a torch staff to light things up, and we have a torch. You probably could buy some antitoxins or something, but whatever. Armory, did I buy anything? I might have bought some more hand axes. Yeah, I've got 7. I might have bought a couple of those. I feel like I always they get broken quickly because the durability on javelins and hand axes is low, so you burn through them quick, and I tend to use them a lot. Iron weapons I use a lot as well, but they last almost twice as long, and they generally don't get used quite as much. Yeah, that's kind of all that. I don't think I sold. Give me just 1 second here. Is there anything to sell? No, I don't think we sold anything this time around. I'm holding on to the arm scrolls for now. I haven't used a occult scroll, but just to give you guys I can only barely show you what it does. But depending on who you assign it to, you get a different skill. So, Valkyries, once promoted, can learn Sol, which, I mean, could be neat. Let's not do that, though. The other person who's promoted is Marcia. She could learn Stun, which in some situations makes enemies not able to move. There's only a couple occult scroll skills that I think are actually worth it. Neither of those are the ones I would give to. So there's only, I think, 2 or 3 occult scrolls. I forget exactly how many. There's only a few anyway. So you can't just give everyone their mastery, which is kind of unfortunate. Some of them are definitely way, way better than others, but you can mostly forget about them anyway. It's not like they're super amazing. I think that's all for purchasing and stuff. I don't even think I cleaned up my Lagoon Slayers. I got lots of preps to do. Let's do the info and support. Hopefully this is not a million lines of dialogue. You want to hear something? There's a rumor going around that there's a tiger subhuman seen on the foggy banks of the very river. I mean, I got one in my room. Maybe 2 even. What? You don't seem surprised. Alright then, how about this? That subhuman, they say it always is in beast form. It can't even change back. Real frightening, eh? The only way for us humans to fight them savages is wait for them to change back out of beast form. I mean, how can we kill them if they won't change? Still no reaction, eh? What a bore. How's about this juicy morsel, then? Well, saving it, I was. I heard that my darling in the army, that tigers, cats, and other 4-legged subhumans hate fire magic. That's a useful tidbit, ain't it? No, I know things. You there, serving wench. There's work to be done. Why are you wasting time chattering? What's wrong? Just saying hello to one of the new servants? You fool, this is no servant. Aye. Hey, what? Aye, Crikey! Princess Crimea's escort? And guest of the apostle? Oh no, my gosh, oh, please forgive me. Please forgive me, my lad. I don't know what to say anymore. What should I do? He looks angry, he did. I might get sacked. Good fun. Well, if it isn't Ike, out for a walk? Hey, Gatry. Yeah, I stayed in that horrible gaudy room too long. I was getting depressed. Is that why you're out here? Nah, I'm out here for other reasons. I'm just, admiring the flowers. Oh, right. Yeah, they seem to be in bloom this time of year. The yellow ones are real pretty. Yeah. Not those flowers. Those flowers. Gatry, we're inside. There's nothing but temple handmaidens. Exactly. It's like a whole new species of girl in Benyon. Everyone in the palace is drop dead gorgeous. You know what I mean, Ike? Say, which one strikes your fancy? That buxom lass is the chestnut hair. Hey, Ike! Ah! Well, he's just a young lad. Give him a couple years. Commander? Oh, hey. Are you trying to clear your head? Yeah, I'm just talking to everybody walking around. It's a pretty big castle. Benyon is odd. I don't really understand it. Everything is wrapped up in form and tradition. Feels like Benyon has lost track of the more important things. You're a noble house daughter, right? What made you become a knight? Oh, to escape my family. Well, not exactly. More like confront it. I want my own life. How did you like being a knight? Well, she was level 1 and not very good at it, clearly. I'm still not satisfied, but I may be a knight, but my hands still shake when I draw my bowstring. So perhaps my goal was not really just to become a knight, but become stronger, like every other shonen anime. Commander, the others say that you never give up, no matter how bleak the fight. That seems like true strength. Please allow me to continue fighting by your side. If I remain with you, I will grow stronger from your example. Well, your skill with the bow is pretty good. How could I don't know about spectacular. How could I possibly refuse your request? Oh, thanks. Hey, that was quite the sigh. Ah, nuts! You heard that, handsome? Oh, sorry about that. You've been behaving a little oddly. Something up? Psh, I'm fine. It's just, well, being here in Bangton is difficult, you know? Difficult? Weren't you a member of the Pegasus Knights? Aren't you happy to see your old friends? No, I'm not happy. It's so blasted embarrassing. I can't bear to face him. Didn't you even get a new horse? Like, you're a Falcon Knight now. I told you why I resigned, didn't I? Yeah, looking for your brother. It's my brother's fault. No good, chum bucket. Maybe we should just let it go. It's fine. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. Don't let it get you too much. I don't want you distracted in the fight. Yeah. Ike's a brother too. So why is he different from my brother? Lazy do nothing. And some support. Now we could get A rank with Oscar, but that locks out A rank with Soren, and I guess Soren has no other friends, so can't really do that. Mist, however, now has 2 options, and I think they're both pretty good. Jill doesn't have a lot of friends either, and I would like to keep using Jill, and I mean, now that Mist is on a horse, she's pretty good. I don't want to get rid of my good healer, right? Amen. Release. Can I talk to you? Sure, just hold on and let me tighten my bowstring. I gotta be ready. You know, just in case some Dane thugs try to jump us in the capital of Benya. So, what do you need? Let's not fight. I really don't think us children should be fighting in the war. What are you saying? Let's just go back to being kids. If this is what it's like to be an adult, I don't want it. Yeah, you're right, miss. Fighting scares you. You don't have to fight. Don't worry, I'll fight everybody. That's not what I meant. You know it. Stop fighting. I can't. I've got to slay our enemies and defend our own. I'm a man. I'm a 10-year-old man that can shoot arrows. Slay your enemies? Is that meaningless to you? Like picking a flower or squishing a spider? They're human. They have lives. You understand, they're like us. They're not just paper targets. They have fathers and mothers and children sometimes. I don't want to hear it. Enemies are just monsters that we just shoot arrows at from far away and kill them dead. Rolf, I don't want to hear it. I'm not ready for this. I'm a child. They want to hurt us, kill us. I don't care. I'm protecting you and I'm killing them. Rolf, there really should be an adult involved. Oh, there you are. Back again, Mist. Uh-huh, because you didn't join us for supper. Again. No one wants to share the table with a Dane soldier. It would ruin the meal. My brother says he doesn't care. Well, he says that. And I'm just glad to have someone close to my age traveling with us. Wait, close? I thought Jill was an adult. So come on, let's go eat. No. I see. Well then, I'll just have to bring the food to you. I'll be right back. Hold it. I don't know, maybe Jill and Mist will be cute. Ilyana, Mordecai, not really. Is there anyone else I was gonna do? Titania's got lots of friends, but I'm kind of basically at the point where I think I'm gonna bench her. Reese is also maybe benched. Void I want to keep using if I can. Mia's good. Gatry I haven't 100% decided. Oscar for sure. Mordecai, nope. Astrid, yes. So Astrid, Gatry maybe. Soth, nope. Ilyana, maybe Mia. Jill and Mist. We could do Rolf, Marcia. Marcia, I keep mixing up. She's got lots of friends. If I'm not bringing Reese, then Kieran goes Oscar, Marcia, so that makes sense. No way I'm benching Kieran and Marcia. Ho ho! I would love to chance to train with the Pegasus Knight. Could only increase my mighty skills. Oh, here comes one now, Marcia. Ahem. I would like to have the pleasure of, pardon me, I forgot to introduce myself. My name, yeah, I already know who you are. Crimean Royal Knight, 5th Platoon, Captain Kieran. Did I get it? How did you know my name, not to mention my post? Maybe it was the fame I won during our last battle. No, only semi-glorious. Or perhaps I have injured you and yours with a past transgression. Are you here to revenge yourself? No. Oh ho, then tales of my valor must have spread to other countries. Perhaps you know of the time I slew the giant spider of... that's pushing it. Let's see. Yeah, it's possible that... Hey, meathead. You what? Don't scare me. We all know your name. You announce yourself every time we fight. I am the Crimean Royal Knight, 5th Platoon, Captain Kieran, and see me and tremble. Right. Well, that explains it. So, how can I help you? Oh. Didn't you want to ask me something? Right. What did I want to... Blast it. What was I... Never mind. ADHD, man. Right. Well, you come find me whenever you remember. Sheesh, I think this guy's helmet's on too tight. I like Kieran. I don't know about Rolf. I don't know if I'm going to keep using them. Mist didn't have a lot of options, but it's real hard to bring an archer only. Is it more likely I bring Rolf or Gatry? I'm going to leave that one for a bit. I'm not sure on that one. Alright, let's see what the next mission has to bring us. I'm so bored. We've been here for 5 days. There's nothing to do. I'm in the biggest city in the world, and I'm bored. They gave me free reign, but 5 days and I've been everywhere. Yeah, great kids. I take it Princess Alincia has been invited to another social gathering. A little time off is one thing, but I guess we're getting some fencing practice. Ike, the captain of the Apostles of Holy Guard, is headed here. I beg your pardon, are you and your mercenary company enjoying your stay? Is there anything you find wanting? There's nothing to do. Mist is bored. Me too. Most of the troops, actually. Ike, why'd you say that? You were just complaining about that a second ago. You said you were bored and tired. That doesn't mean you should spout it out. You're such an idiot. My apologies. Neither of them meant any offense. They're just frustrated. Yes, I understand. I will pay it no mind. Right then. Did you come here for some reason? I bring word from the Apostle. She wishes to charge you a task. She wants to employ us. Money, please. I didn't expect this. What? Your reaction. I thought that you would be spouting and fuming at the thought of working for the Apostle. No, we need money, and we're bored. If Princess Alincia can tolerate endless social gatherings to judge Benion's mood and garner her favor, the least I can do is help her earn points by running an errand or two. Fair. How mature. Ike, they're coming. So, we lay in wait for him here? Yes. Apostle's orders were clear. Stop band of merchants traveling on the old highway. Seize their cargo. This does not look like the best spot for an ambush. Alright, I don't know what we're facing, but we got on the job. Let's do it. It's Fog of War map! Old Town Road. I believe if you're playing on normal mode, there's either less fog or no fog, but on hard mode you get, all the mechanics, of course. Poor crop this time. Cats, tigers, few crows. Oh, we got our laborers. We're not gonna get rich with this. And we worked hard to catch them. Is it all that bad? I've been selling half-breeds for 25 years. The ones that fetch the highest price are the trophy herons. In their white-winged royals, fanatics will empty their purses every last coin. Well, in that case, why don't you go to Sereness Forest? There's a website online that has details about all our stats for our units. They can show how weak we are so that when the mercenaries show up and murder us, they can calculate exactly how to... right, of course. There must be some of them left. You brains of a dead wyvern. Why do you think herons are so expensive? They're rare. It's been 20 years since that mob burned Serenus. Herons were all roasted like chickens. Human-looking chickens. No matter how you look at it, that was utter lunacy, all that gold up its smoke. Oh, if they're so valuable, I'd like to catch one, see one with my own eyes, catch it and put it in a cage. Idiot. Think what they could buy with all that. A new axe? Some boots? Shut up, fool. Quit your daydreaming, look over there. What? Who are they? Look alive, lads. No common travelers. Here they come, Titania. You sure about this? Fog makes it hard to see, but their numbers appear to match. Must be that. Well, they've clearly seen us. They're readying weapons. Very well. To battle. Alright. End to already completed preparations. Or at least 90% prepared. I've got about an hour. Just gotta keep trucking. Come on, Blue. Don't mess around. Alright, first, back to base for a second. Yes, in terms of award XP, I did not have very much. So I gave a little bit to Astrid. I haven't talked about it a lot, but I do really like training up Astrid. It's just my style of gameplay. She levels up quick. She gets a lot of level ups. If she gets a little bit lucky, she turns out really good. And although bow is not my favorite, mounted bow is a heck of a lot better than foot bow. And once she's promoted, she can pick a better weapon anyway, which she will be very, very good once she gets access to those. Just not super high weapon rank immediately, but it's okay. So I've got some consumable items. Let's see. So we got a torch here. We've got... what's changed? Anything changed? A torch. A regular torch there. Ilyana. Astrid. Right. I was gonna... This is our first strength upper, and I'm gonna give it to Astrid. I wasn't sure who to give it to, but I think a little boost early on will help her level up quicker, and everybody wants it. It's really hard. But she's very unlikely to ever max her strength, and this will help. So she's not gonna waste it, and this will help train her up a bit. At least that's the story. Oscar, I do have another speed wing. I don't think he needs it, but I was looking for all my units that were sort of struggling. And this means I've given Oscar 2 stat ups, a skill up and a speed up. But he is level 20 with 15 speed, which isn't amazing. So let's help him out a little bit. Gatry, there we go. I made himself the Optimism Lance, because he is the most optimistic. And maybe you can figure out the theme that we're going to name our weapons with at this point. It doesn't mean it's his only, but it's his lance, and if someone else is using it, they're borrowing it. Just like Jill's lance. I should probably have started like that from the beginning, but I didn't think of it in time. Right, I was going to... It doesn't really matter, but let's drop the Lagoon Slayers for this fight. I probably won't be using the other weapons anyway, but... I'm definitely not fighting Lagoos on this map. Actually, no, you know what? There might be a tiger, actually. So it's not a terrible idea to have them. In which case, having fire magic could be good. We don't have access to Elfire or anything yet, so it's still pretty weak. But yeah, I've got access to fire. Okay, so I did upgrade. I showed that. Mia's ready. Boyd is fine. Okay, I think that's everything we were going to do. Did I? So, I should have read you guys the... No, I did do Miss... I did Miss Jill, right? Shoot. I think Marcia Rolf is the one we missed. Whatever. They're not that exciting. I've been trying to make sure I didn't, you know, miss anything or do it wrong, but preps for preps. I had a different plan than when I was talking to you guys. So that's the group. We get to deploy 13 people. In terms of people that are benched, yeah, Brahm's out, Leith's out, Nephine's out. Just takes too much training. Titania is totally fine, but I'd rather use growth units. Reese is fine, but I don't need another healer. Zihark is Mia, but I don't want two of her. Mordecai is good, but I don't like transformation units. Soth is a thief that I don't want. I've already got a better one. And Rolf we might use now and then. But this is not a great map for him, because if you move into the fog, he's a bit... I mean, he's not super fragile, but he's more fragile than some. And Boyd... Honestly, Rolf has 5 more defense than Boyd. Questionable. But he doesn't get to counterattack, so, you know, there's that. Maybe it would be better to train up Rolf than Boyd. Boyd, I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. But I decided to bring Gatry because he seems cool. And I'd like to use him a little bit more. And we definitely need Marcia because there's a someone she has to talk to. And Volk helps out as well. And someone with a torch staff is also pretty good. So, that's that. I can't really show you much on the map because Fog of War. There is a boss over here in the top right that we need to kill in 5 turns for max BXP, which I will try. There's a house over here, very easy to save. There's a house, 2 houses up here, a little bit harder to save. You gotta work for those. There might be some things to steal. We'll see what happens. I'm not 100% sure we'll have a chance to get Volk into position, but I do have a map that shows generally where the enemies are. They're just hiding in the fog as they do. Yeah, I'm going to be sending foot units up this way for the most part, and mounted units this way because they've got to travel quickly. And yeah, 5 turns is pretty quick. I don't know if we'll make it, but that is the tentative plan. Alright. Is there anything else to talk about for this map? 5 turns. To recruit somebody. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And because it's a fog or night map, the music is basically non-existent. Super quiet. There is technically there's a guy hiding over there. So let me start with a torch. I forget. I'm gonna put a save down. I need to figure out the exact range on the torch. I forget. It's pretty big though. I think thieves might have larger vision anyway. Yeah, you can see this guy over here. Basically, this is a reason perhaps to bring Leith or Mordecai. I think they see further in this fog as well. But thieves can use torches, or, well, anyone can use a torch, technically. It's -1 vision per turn, and Mist can also do some of that. There is a baddie somewhere in here. I think it's this tile. So if you run into them, you know, whoops. However, we don't have to worry about that, because I have a cheat. And then this way we'll get to see lots. Actually, this is still a pretty dangerous spot to be fair. Maybe that was too far. It might have been a little bit much. Can she survive 1 hit? 22 damage. Yeah, she can take a hit. I did feed her. Did I feed her a Seraph robe? No, yes, I did, right? Yeah, I totally did. Okay, good. That's why she can definitely survive. Okay, so, in general, I will try to get Astrid kills if it's reasonable. She can do up to 17 damage, which is pretty good. She can almost double. Let's see if there's a way for Oscar to set it up. He's probably way too strong, though. Actually, no. 18 times 2 is 36. As long as he doesn't crit, we good. Literally 1 HP. I love it. Alright. Like I said, I'm not gonna min-max every level she gets or anything, but I'm gonna feed her a little bit extra and every now and then make sure she gets a good level. Because I don't know. I have a preference for training units up in Fire Emblem. It's kind of just my thing. There's definitely lots of ways to play the game. If you prefer using high base stat recruited units, it's all good. But I definitely, my preference tends to be watching them grow and seeing how strong I can make them. They kind of have more potential like this, I guess. Oh, brother. Buying all these things is well and good, but I simply can't carry it all. And where's Largo? He leaves me in this backwater burg and wanders off to goodness only knows where. Hey? Oh, you there. This is your lucky day. You arrived just at the right time. I have something nice to give you. I just got back from a shopping spree, and I've got this free bonus of sorts. Oh, please, no need to thank me. Whenever you're a sophisticate like me, you never want for trinkets. Or men, for that matter. Well, toodle-doo then. Be sure to treasure that for the rest of your days. Now, which way to the nearest city? We'll see her again. No doubt about it. Is it better to be on the right side or the left side? It's better to be up here, actually. Thank you. Kanto, so nice. Alright, Kieran. Honestly, 4 might be enough on the left. And also, Marcia has to go this way. That's probably enough people, honestly. Maybe I should have saved someone to go deal with that guy. I think we just send Mia out to start slaughtering. It's clobbering time, as they say. And that's 16 damage. Not quite a run round, but... yeah, let's just let her slaughter stuff. Iron Blade Mia with enough strength to wield it. Very good. There are steel and silver blades, if I remember correctly, and if you have enough strength, yeah, they just wreck. Alright, how do you feel about killing this guy, boy? This kind of means you're not going to do too much else. This is a good person to fight if you have a, you know, an extra cavalier to send out this way. But I made my bed. I had a plan. Are we really standing in the river? Good job, boy. I don't... there might be some things you can steal on this map, but it's just tricky because you can't really see all their inventories until you find them. And by the time you find them, you kind of need to kill them, right? So, bit of that. We are heading towards the time of promotion here, but Ilyana and Soren turning into sages will feel pretty nice once we get there. They'll also be able to use healing staves at that point, which it's pretty nice. You know, they can kind of do everything. I wish you had more weapon slots, honestly. 4 is barely enough when you have to start bringing 3 different elements and a healing staff. That's not a lot of room to play with. Ike is very close to his max level. I think I'd rather send Gatry as the wall. 15, he's never going to double, ever. He's probably not going to hit anyway. Let's just see how much damage Ike does. 15 times 2. You know what? Maybe we can get Gatry a kill after all. Honestly, Ike's a pretty good wall. After I gave him that Draco shield, 15 defense, that's nothing to laugh at, honestly. I'm pretty sure most of the enemies up here are axe guys, because, you know, they're dumb. There's some over here, there's more on the bridge. You know, there's lots of enemies just kind of scattered around. If you're playing it blind, it is what it is. Alright, 50-50-ish. I tried. But that does protect, you know, the weight mages and stuff. And... yeah, Mist is going to take a hit, probably. I'm just going to send... nah, I'll send Kieran up the left too. I mean, At this point, we're kind of overkill. We've got more units than we need, but might as well. Ah, what terrible luck! My sixth sense told me the weather would be nice today. Hey, grumbling and whining won't pay your debt. Come on, beauty. Cough up my gold. I'd dearly love to pay you, but unfortunately I'm broke. Not again. You're employed as a bodyguard. Why don't you have enough gold to pay me back? When we get back to base, I'll get what's mine. Try to run and you'll pay in pain. Threaten me all you like. I can't give you what I don't have. Oh, that sounded brave. Oh dear, what am I going to do? It seems I must go crawling back to my sister again. Oh, she's going to be so mad. But in the end, I'm sure she'll help. After all, it's the life of her brother. Right, tonight I'll pay a little visit to the barracks of the Sacred Pegasus Knights. At least they tell you who to send. Oh, that's Healing Eye. It's running away. There must be a heal tile or something. Peddlers, yeah. Look at them peddling. Alright, Mist. 34% hit rate. That's pretty weak. Of course it hits. Of course. Why wouldn't it? Whatever. She could take 2 of those. It's fine. Okay, that's why we wanted all the soldiers on the left. I gotta push through all that. Somewhere up there is someone who's gonna break these houses. I can't remember how long we've got. I think it's like 3 or 4 turns when that happens. But yeah, we gotta get some move on up here. All right, first things first. Do I have a kill for Astrid? How is she looking? She can double 15-15. That's pretty good. There's a Laguz slaying lance, just in case you dare bring a Laguz. How about racism? That's my lance. Doesn't even need to use it. 14-14. Next time, though. Ow. How come the enemy never miss? Come on. One Laguz slaying lance. Alright, can't see any further up that way. Kieran, you can't get too far. These are sword guys, axe guys. I think 21-21, 19-19, but lower accuracy. This is a good time for our super axe. I think we definitely have to kill all these guys on the left this turn if we're going to make it up. Although I still have to figure out who we're giving a kill for Astrid. She might be able to almost solo one. Almost. We can stand here. Alright, Oscar. Marcia kind of needs to keep moving up. Very important that she gets to the top. That's crazy overkill. Oh, right, yeah, she's promoted. Of course. Don't forget, now that she's promoted, she was already very good, but being our first promoted fighter, sure. She's just showing off. Saving me weapon uses or something. Sheesh. Atta girl. Alright. See a problem. Wait, that's sick. That is a kill. You know what? I see no problem. We're awesome. 19-19. Almost perfect hit rate. Yeah, we're good. I wasn't sure if Astrid was going to get a kill, but maybe I was looking at the wrong axe guy. I need to double check my math. Mist could help a little, maybe, but that would be really flaky if I try that. Alright, I think I'm going to put a save down. I don't want to block the path to Marcia, because I think this guy will maybe attack us. I'm not sure if he's smart enough to avoid instant death. You know. 16, right? Times 2. That's exactly a kill. Beautiful. See, if I didn't give her the energy drink, she couldn't have done this. Also, this guy had to get hit by Mist twice, so that was technically rigged by Mist. Thank you, Mist. Alright, Astrid. I didn't prep a save, really. Come on. Yeah, I'll take it. That's 4 points. Sure, there's no strength, but good level up overall. And we're safe enough to move up. And Mist could heal people. Realistically needs to heal herself, though. Just in case. But that does give us more vision. You know what? I want the vision. Move up. Yeah, okay, good. We must be right at the edge, actually. Like, one more square, we should be able to see the guy. Or no, he starts over here, actually. Yeah, that's fine. We're getting there. Alright, Boyd, before I forget about you. You could move and push. Would that really help? Or would I rather have him get a little closer? I think it'd be more useful to push someone a little bit up. Because there's another enemy that is running away. Either there's a healer, or maybe the guy we attacked is the guy that destroys the village, and he's not really trying to find healing, he's just trying to go, do that. Maybe. You got anything to steal? Technically, yes. You know, strictly speaking, this is something we would have lost if I hadn't checked. Now we can see all the trouble we're in. Okay, that's the guy we hit. He's running away, either to destroy a village or to do something else. Let's just trust that we can win all our own, right? Like, let's just commit. I can always rescue someone if they're in real danger. Gatri's there. Ike can get a kill. That's probably it without some shoving. I could shove Mia so that she can get in range of this guy. There is a fire axe. See, this is why I didn't send... I forgot, actually, that you even had this. But yeah, cavalry do bad on this side. Maybe Ike kills this guy. We give Mia a little shove. There's going to be a mage. You know, how fast are you? 11 speed. Is that double Gatry? Yeah. So Gatry would take... Was it 11 magic damage? 14 magic damage. 13 times... I mean, he can tank it, but that's still pretty rough. He's trying to get poisoned, I guess. Yeah, okay. I don't love it, but... It's kind of just what we got. I don't need to use that, right? That 16. Actually, we do. Once again, we need a steel sword or better to get this. Now, we could show off the killing edge, you know. But I just wanted that for emergencies. Really, I want her to get promoted into Swordmaster with an innate crit chance. And then we use the killing edge. Because it's a fairly rare weapon. Iron blades we can buy from time to time. Killing edges, I'm not sure. You better not get hit by 11%, or I will reset this game. All right, a little bit more vision. Yeah, I think Ike goes for this guy for whatever reason. Because he needs to, whatever reason. The reason is you need to die. It's a pretty short little map. This shouldn't take too much longer. And I will at least make sure that if they attack Gatry, we get counter. Actually, they might go for Volk because he can't counter. Went to the forest. I guess he was going to get countered either way, so he went for the extra evade. Which does help him. Alright. That's fine. Good AI, honestly. I mean, could have gone for Volk without a counter, but chose the protected area. Well, this is looking lined up really well, actually. They're crushing us. They're nothing but a pack of rats. They fight like demons. Har har, yo ho, but no matter how tough they are, there's no way they can stand up to a real monster. You there, release the Pharaoh. Yar har har. Now all we have to do is sit back and watch them chew their heads clean off. Can I win on turn 5? Maybe. Gotta work for it. Okay. Hey, Makalov. I guess we should get you to join the team. There might still be someone up here, and we do need to visit these houses, so there is that. Brother? Oh, hey, Marcia. Long time no see. Good timing, though. I was just thinking of paying you a visit. Long time, you dungheel. Where in the name of heaven have you been? You racked up so much debt and then ran away? You are an irresponsible skunk. Thanks to your worthless hide, I had to leave the sacred Pegasus Knights. What? Because they were a bunch of debt collectors hanging around my barracks, that's why. Oh. Oops. Listen, I was trying to increase the money I borrowed and pay off the original, but it vanished. I swear, it just kept happening. I almost got enough, then poof, gone. You rat, you cheese-eating rat. You haven't changed at all. Let's go, you're coming with me. What, where are we? No. You're joining my company. I'm gonna let Ike beat some sense into you. We'll see how that works. No, wait, I'm working for these guys. Well, if I just join up with you guys, Stuff it, sponge brain. No more lame excuses. Follow me now. Sorry, sis. They got a great relationship. That's good stuff. Can she not see at all in the fog? Actually, there might be some bugs in the emulator where the fog doesn't update when you finish movement. It may have been because we talked, and then it just doesn't update after the follow-up move. I don't even know if that's in the vanilla game, but... Did you say cattle? Battle? Strangers? Oh, danger. Uh-oh. Oh, maybe this'll help, dearie. I was just lying here collecting dust. Like me. Never a visitor. Anyway, I don't know what it does, but it's pretty. If I gave it to my grandkids, they might even write me. Are you my grandchild? Here, take it. Do me a favor, protect my house. Wait, where's my house? Mouse? What? I guess Makalov can handle the last. Anyway, let's have a quick talk of Makalov. I don't have a lot of time to just go super in depth. He's another cavalry guy that comes at a fairly low level with bad stats to start. He has the dumb one that you have to delete unless you like double biorhythm penalties, of course. Now, it does gain double biorhythm bonuses, but penalties seem worse than the benefits. Starts with C rank swords. You can train them up. I think sword knights are the worst knights. I even like bow knights more. That's telling you something. So basically the thing is, there's only so many units you can invest a deployment slot, level ups, BXP, kills, etc. resources. And I've never felt the reason to do it with Makalov. There's so many other good units that you get before him that, like, by the time I get this guy, I'm always like, I've got enough. I don't need this one. And he doesn't have a good skill. Like, Astrid comes with Paragon, so she's already going to be stronger than him. Like, very quickly. So, I don't know. I'm not a Makalov lover. I don't know how many people really think he's good. He's certainly still baseline a good unit, simply by virtue of being on a horse. Quick growth rates, 60% HP, 55 strength, actually quite high. 5 magic, 45 skill, 50 speed, 25 luck, 45 defense is pretty high too, and 20 res. So he's got good strength growth, good defense growth, and normal skill speed growth, really. Nothing here shows me that he's a bad unit. He just joins kind of in the later portion of you've got too many units and not enough slots, and he needs a lot of levels to catch up, because he's way weaker than Oscar, for instance. If you have been training Oscar even a little, he's probably better, and you've already trained up theoretically Oscar and Kieran and maybe Marcia and maybe Jill and maybe Astrid, and then you get another one that's got a sword. And I'm like, well, you could promote him and give him a sword and an axe, but, like, you gotta promote him. I'm just not a big lover of that. Like, it's just too many. Like, I think, honestly, at this point in the game, in the next couple chapters, we'll see that the game just loves to dump kind of low-level trainees that could be good if you got your other people killed, I guess. And, unless you don't like the guys you got earlier on... Oh, by the way, the Spirit Dust is a +2 magic. And Vantage will be a skill we could give someone. Same as what Mia has, I guess. That means, in theory, we can give it to Ilyana, and she can have Wrath. Oh, wait, not her. Someone has... Didn't she have Wrath? Maybe I'm thinking of Radiant Dawn. Someone has... Whatever. Point is, you can try to get Vantage Wrath on somebody. Anyway, yeah, again, nothing wrong with using him. If by some... Maybe if Oscar and Kieran are dead, then bring him, I guess. But you have to train him up, and that's going to take some time. So, I don't have any time. Let's just go. Ike, you're going to fight Axe Guy? You're going to get poisoned, probably. Actually, you can't one round. That's kind of annoying. Soren? You can't get there either. Alright. What if I Boyded you? What would I rather do? Boyd be a little bit closer, or Soren kills the mage? We push Soren. Actually, Soren can kill the Venom Man. Venom Man. To be honest, I really want... I mean, there's a big tiger up here, right? Oh, well. This is 19 times 2. Perfect kill. Well, basically perfect. I guess the main thing here is I don't have to worry about being poisoned and seeing that annoying chick animation. The poison status isn't even that bad. It's just a couple damage a turn. If it gave you a stat penalty, maybe it does. Maybe it does give you a stat down. That would be more annoying if it did. I think in Fates, one of the 3DS games, maybe Awakening as well, daggers or something can apply a sort of poison status down effect, and they're pretty good there, where you literally reduce the enemy's stats. 14 times 2 is a kill. We take a little bit of damage, no biggie. Oh, I should be checking for stealables, I suppose. Volka's here, so possible it's worth stealing something. Honestly, vulneraries aren't really worth stealing. They're just there. We get that for free. That doesn't matter. If we push Ilyana, she could stand here. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, this might be a little dangerous pushing her up here. Gatry needs to get up front for sure. I'm pretty sure there's some enemies on the other side of the bridge that will be coming at us. That is always the trick with Fog of War maps. If you try to rush to get a good turn time, you know, you risk. Alright, what are we looking at for this archer? Optimism? 23 damage. We almost one-shot him. That's pretty cool. Do we go all the way up to here? There's no way Mia dies. Let me just put a save down, just so I don't have to redo this whole fight. But Mia is, like, crazy strong, right? Like, she's not gonna lose. Let's equip a javelin. No, let's equip optimism. Maybe he gets a crit. Oh, he's at 11 HP. What am I doing? I forgot the mage beat him up. I should have... Okay, in hindsight, Mia should have killed him, and we should have used a vulnerary. 23 damage. He's got 10 speed. That's 4 times 2. He lives. That's fine. Actually, leaving the archer alive. Whatever. 15. 19. Very, very low chance we get hit in counter. I think this helps Gatry, and the archer being alive is annoying, but I don't think it can kill anybody. Nobody is a Laguz, so the Laguz bow is not that effective here. I forget the stats on it, to be honest. Actually, 10 might is quite strong. Very good against Laguz. That's a high damage bow. Okay, meanwhile, the rest of the team just starts moving, I guess. Don't think there's anything else on the map other than the boss corner. Looks like we'll be around to help next turn a little bit. Be a bit better if we were promoted, but it's fine. Probably not going to get any more kills with Astrid, you know. We got a couple. It's good enough. Whenever you're going... I mean, the BXP works really well on her. It only costs like 50 or 60 to get a level up. Oh, yeah. We put Jill just in range. I should have given her the javelin. You know what? Never mind. We're just setting this up for Astrid. It's totally good. I didn't think that would be in range, but... Axe Guy versus Swordmaster, almost. So, she's got the Wrath. If you could give her... Vantage, right? If you could give her Wrath, that, in theory, if she was at low HP, would be a first-round crit. Which is pretty cool if we ever set that up. That's not a very good level up, but, I mean, the defense is still nice. I mean, she's more of a dodge tank. But... Okay, we do not need to win this turn, so no need to rush crazy. There was a guy up here. We can't, like, move and attack him if we can't see him. I was thinking of healing Jill with Mist. Maybe... For now, we go kill... Should be safe. This just opens up the path a little bit. I forgot to check again for random drops, but... Very good. Very good. Heck, she can maybe even use the Laguz bow at some point. Probably not too far away. So, let's get the village. Maybe the guy will even turn around once we cleared all the villages. I found this in the river, but Mummy said it was dirty. You want it, dirty man? Alright, you take it. Little did they know they could sell it for 4,000 gold. They could have bought a new house for one 4,000 gold secret book. One dirty book in the river. Okay, the guy was somewhere in here. Must have been just one tile out of our vision, because it, you know, the torch spell decreases. You could steal an antitoxin, you know, in theory. How do we do this? I don't think we torch. I think Marsha's strong enough that if she runs into him, that's fine. And if Jill can hit... Yeah, I was trying to think of a way of getting Jill to kill. 15, it's not enough. It's not even close. It's gonna miss. That's fine. Remember back in the old days where bandits would hide on mountain peaks where they had like... I still should have healed her, actually. Where they get like plus 50 avoid or something insane. She's not actually dead, right? 17 damage. 3. Yeah. Okay. I should have healed her for sure. That was mine. That was me. I meant to do that. I just... Order of operations. We could get to Gatry. That would be nice as well. Let's be careful here. You know me and being careful. I'm real good at it. But there should be room to put Gatry in front of Gillian. And if we want the max BXB, we need to be in range of the boss for next turn. Alright. So instead of healing Jill, we heal Gatry, which is probably good as well. She doesn't really need the strength, but sure. Okay, Ike up. I don't think he's in any real danger, but we've got tons of vulneraries. Might as well use one. Soren, gonna be a little bit slow. Volk. I suppose this would have been a better first turn move, because I could have torched, and maybe we would have seen something. But he's pretty far back, so... yeah, that would not have changed anything. Kieran just moves. Probably isn't going to help. Oscar just moves. Probably can't help. This guy, I assume, will attack Jill. Find a way to kill him next turn. There's not much left, right? This is the corner. I think the boss is like these tiles or somewhere around here. Just out of vision. I wish I'd had, I mean, I could look up the stats, but I'm kind of in a bit of a rush here. I'm curious if we need to be any more cautious than we are. Or if we could just put someone in range and they'll be fine, right? So if this isn't safe, I might reload, but... okay, here we go, we can see. So this is what I was looking for. We got a big old tiger. 25 damage, but not that fast. Certainly hits, but not going to insta-kill. Killer X, yeah. I mean, 50 crit rate. I don't know if he moves. I guess we'll find out. And then fire magic. Okay. I think that's everybody. Well, that's why I put the save down, because I just wanted to save a little bit of time, you know. It's not a good strategy, like... hey, why don't you lay down your weapons and walk out of here with your lives? You can posture as much as you want, but there's no way you can beat us. And they might beat one of us. Shut it, I don't know where you're here. If we lose our cargo, we lose everything. That ain't happening. Well, in that case, no mercy. I think the tiger moves, and maybe the mage, but usually bosses are kind of slow. If they had a Fog of War Killer Axe boss, that would be pretty rude way to die. Because you'd very easily move into range and get one shot by a crit. Yeah, they didn't move at all. Right. Can Jill help? No. If I'd positioned her differently, maybe, but... racism it is. So dumb. Alright, if we can win this turn, we will get a bunch of bonus XP, which is nice. If we can't, you know, no big deal. We just lose a little. Again, yes, slightly more aggressive positioning and we could have gotten some support. Didn't quite figure that out. Then again, Oscar's ready to go. Mist can heal somebody if we need to. Basically Jill, I guess. Astrid, oh man. 29 might. Don't suppose anyone could push her one square. No, it's not going to happen. Not without Mordecai, basically. I don't think there's anything to steal. Well, I guess you could steal the vulnerary, but we're not going to do that. Okay, so the trick is, of course, Gashalama's Killer Axe. I just want to see what it looks like here, but he gets a 20% hit rate. That's fairly safe, but I think if he crits, we die, so there's always that. Certainly ranged is the way to play it if you're worried. Although he's pretty quick. Maybe we use Ilyana on the bad dog. We've got Oscar. What do I have for choices here? Not a lot, really. If we want the boss dead... I mean, I'd like to kill all three, of course. See, Ilyana one-shots the wolf. I don't suppose we can one-shot the mage or anything, can we? We sure can. That's pretty good. I mean, 81, we could miss. Gatry. Do I throw Ike at the boss? Or we could Lagoose Slayer the dog. I mean, it's not a dog, it's a cat. And then Ilyana can... maybe L Thunder the boss? 19 damage? That's pretty good. Half dead. Sure, we'll do it like that. I haven't used this Lagoose Slayer yet. It's... I mean, it's more expensive than a Fire Tome, but whatever. This is like a boss tiger. You know, you probably should feel bad, because technically this is a slave. He's been captured by these slavers and forced to fight against us. It's not really cool to kill it, I guess. But... hey, that also gives Ike his final level. Ooh, pretty good! Pretty good! I was hoping he'd cap his speed, but that is it. We are maxed out until promotion. And I think 16 strength, 16 defense, 19 speed is pretty darn good for level 20 Ike. Oh, there's another one. Another one. Alright. I mean, how much BXP do I lose if I don't kill him this turn? I lose 30. And maybe my life if I'm not careful. I mean, I could switch over the Lagoose Slayer to Mia as well. Still might be able to do it. That's a one-shot, one-kill. I'll take this, I guess. Get out of here. I thought he said one dog, but I guess he had... or, I thought he said one beast, but he had 2 cats. Alright, what do I want to do? How much damage do we actually do with, like, a killing edge? Like, if we crit 16... I forget the calculation. I think if we crit, we kill, though. Because that's 32 damage without a crit. Is there any chance of this being worth it? 19. We get doubled. We probably miss. Maybe we let this guy live. A little bit more mobility and we'd be able to definitely kill them all this turn. I mean, you could certainly trade 30 bonus XP for killing the dog. It's not, I keep calling it a dog. But, the thing is that 30 bonus XP is almost a whole level for Astrid. Or would I rather give it to Mia? I don't know. Let's, okay, science. If this is worth more than 30 XP, then it was worth waiting a turn. And assuming the boss doesn't turn around and kill us. Oh, sure. Preserving uses of the Lagoose Slayer by critting. Thank you. 13 to 47, that was barely 30. I don't even know if this is worth it, but... I mean, we could crit, might kill him here too, and then we get everything. You're just like us. You eat meat, you ride horses. I mean, come on. We're not hurting humans. We're what's wrong with buying and selling a few half-breeds? Not a crit, I don't believe. Actually, totally wrong. That was crit animation. Ilyana was not impressed with your story, my friend. How did... oh. Oh, man. Absolutely destroyed. She was angry. And she wanted a good level up, too. Skill max, speed good. Lightning up? You better believe that was worth it. Yeah, L Thunder. That's the first time we've used it. She's had it since she joined. She's like, I've been waiting for this day. This guy is dead. Alright, sure, we get everything. Just get a crit. Easy. Our duty is done. Grab the cargo. Get out of here. Also, turn that extra pop-up off. And I even still have plenty of time! Nice! I was worried I was going to run out of time for my meeting, but we actually managed to finish this all in time. Good episode. Assuming this doesn't go on for the next half an hour. The Grail mercenaries have returned! Well done. News of your victory is welcome, as is the cargo you seized. Now, that payment. Wait, this mysterious cargo was a bunch of really heavy crates. What's inside it? We probably should have opened it up. That's... Your job was to deliver the cargo. You've no need to investigate further. Yeah, but... Princess Alicia has returned to her quarters. You would do well to inform her of your safe return. But they were slavers, weren't they? It appears the Apostle will handle your payment on the morrow. Perhaps you should speak with her then. I beg your leave, I must be going. Fine. Fine. We'll save, and we'll get our money for preps. Blood money, probably. Oh, hey! Part of the intro movie. Angry Lagoos. I do like the art style on them. They're pretty sweet. But wasn't that his front paw? Wouldn't that be his hands? Yeah, there's our king. Looks like a meeting of nobles. The hawks are generally pretty cool. It's really only the crows that are, like, traitorous. The noble hawks are maybe relatively trusty. Also, that's not a hawk, that one there. Something else. It appears there's a fourth species. I guess they mentioned the herons already, technically. Yeah, meeting of all the bigwigs, though. Other than the dragons, I think all Lagoos are represented. Yeah, the three birds and the king of the beasts. Thank you all for coming, my fellow Lagoos kings. It's been decades since all of us, except the dragons, were gathered in one place. I would extend my gratitude to King Deganicia of Goldoa, who arranged this meeting place. Oh, wait, he's here. Never mind. Oh, he's just not in beast form. Ah, right. I didn't recognize him. Sorry. 'Twas nothing, King Caneus. Fellow kings and countrymen, attend to me. As you no doubt have heard, Dane has invaded Crimea, overrun. Of course, Crimea is a Bjork nation. However, since the time of her founding, she has made every effort to engage the Lagoos with honor and dignity. Never has this been more true than during the 30-year reign of good King Lamon. During this era, Gallia and Crimea initiated many ambitious cultural projects in an attempt to bring our divided people closer. Yet one man has always reviled our work, the Dane King Ashnard. Why he took this recent course, however, I know not. Ashnard's actions are monstrous. His army has put much of Crimea to the sword. Her people live in terror. Her king lies dead. And now the Dane force continue their ruinous march across the border into Lagoos territory. To Gallia. That trespass, O King O Lions, is because your country chose to harbor Crimea's orphan, is it not? Yes, that's the justification they would present. But the princess is no longer in Gallia. Your spies are as efficient as ever, King Tabarn of the Phoenices. As you say, the princess has already departed for Benyon. I know this only because she came to the aid of a ship carrying Benyon's apostle. Aha! So Princess Alicia is safe in contact with Benyon. The news gladdens my heavy heart. I do not believe Dane has this information. If word got out that the Princess of Crimea had been granted sanctuary in Benyon, Dane might halt its invasion. Your information is dated, Hawk King. Have your legendary ears and eyes abandoned you after all these years? You got something to say? Would you be so kind as to explain yourself, King Kilvas? Princess Elincia barely escaped Crimea with her life and fled to Gallia. Yet a certain king of beasts there, one on whom she had pinned all her hopes, chose not to support her. With nowhere else to turn, the princess and her retinue spent 2 long months at sea, arriving at Benyon mere days ago. Dane knows of these events as well, and the king has dispatched a team of hunters to make a corpse of her. And that, dear kings, is the latest news, at least to the best of my poor knowledge. Dane knows the princess is in Benyon. King Kilvis, how did you come to possess that? Why, there's no trick to it. I just perk up my ears and I told him. You expect us to believe that's a stray wind? I don't think he actually did. I'm joking. You expect us to believe a stray wind carried it to your ears? It's an odd tale, Nisala. You think so? Well, there is one trick to information gathering that I know. Shall I share it with you? If it involves dealing with human scum, I'll pass. Forgoing my Lagu's pride is not something I'm willing to do. Is that not always the way of the Phoenices? To cling to those last tattered remnants of pride? Instead of proclaiming that you will attack none but Benyon ships, just admire that you don't have the power to do more. What you say? Alright, enough. King Nesala, your actions of late can indeed be judged as too extreme. Black Dragon, King of Goldoa, what do you pretend to know of my actions? Please enlighten me. I would remind you of the Bjork ship you attacked in Phoenician waters and left stranded in Goldoan territory. Oh, that. Nay, Sala, you lying crow. You've been sneaking about in my territory, haven't you? I heard from my own son, Krithnaga, that a Bjork resembling Princess Crimea was on board. 'Tis true? What? King Kilvis? Don't act surprised. I had no intention of ruling some tiny island nation. I will make Kilvis a name to remember. To that end, no amount of gold is enough. Lagoos, Bjork, I care not. If the pay is right, there's nothing I won't do. I care not about your reach of ambition, but you should choose your methods with more care. What good will it do to expand your domain only to find enemies at every port? I will take your words to heart for the time being. And you, too, King of Phoenices, what good will your piracy do if it earns the wrath of Benyon? Continue at this pace, and there's no telling what the hostilities will end. Until the people of Benyon apologize for the slaughter of our brother Herons, I will do no such thing. Prince Rayson of Serenus, are you of the same mind? Those humans burned Serenus Forest and killed my people. No amount of human blood can slake my thirst of vengeance. For my siblings, for my countrymen, I demand justice. I cannot even return my bedridden father to our foremost forest home. I am no soldier. I know nothing of war. So King Phoenix's acts in my stead. I am most grateful to him, and I would not see him stop until Benyon has paid. Blood leads only to blood, and violence begets violence. Nothing more. To be fair, what happened in Serenus Forest is pretty bad, though. Revenge is simply another name for murder. Yeah, pa. And you, King of Lions, what will you do for your home of Gallia? Now that you know Dane's feint toward Gallia is merely another move in his game of war, how will you proceed? They've made no formal declarations. Until they do, we watch and wait. You know, you don't have to declare war with a treaty. You could just send armies in. You know, they do that. If it's the first step towards eradicating all human scum, Phoenices will help you destroy Dane. No, unless it becomes a true war amongst nations, I'd ask you to stay your hand. As long as Gallia is protected by the Sea of Trees, we can stave them off. The luxury of a large nation. You'd waste your chance to expand just to maintain status quo? Sad. I agree with the King Gallia. If we are to form a Lagu's alliance against Dane, we would drive Benyon to Dane's side and lose a valuable ally. The flames of war cannot be fanned haphazardly. Above all, we must think of Laren's medallion. Its location is unknown. But it still exists, we know this, and as long as it does, we cannot allow any war that could stand to engulf us all. Do you understand, Lagu's kings? I beg of you, do not forget. Just some random medallion, I'm sure we've never seen it before. Maximum bonus XP. End of chapter. Perfect timing. I have 10 minutes to prepare. 12 minutes. Honestly, that worked out pretty well. that was a fun little map. Yeah, it's nice to have a kind of a relatively chill one. I mean, I was cheating a little in the sense that I knew what was behind the Fog of War, but that's kind of the nature of Fog of War maps. There's a lot of like newbie traps where if you're not really careful, you just move up. Surprise, there's an enemy there, and then you get killed by a killer axe or something. Um, Now, if you go slowly with torches and stuff, you can make it pretty safe, but you're never gonna get the 5 turn limit if you go slowly like that. So you got like newbie mode where you got to be careful or risk death, and then you got expert mode where you cheat and look at a guide. I mean, memorize where all the enemies are because you played it 5 times. To be fair, that was probably how a lot of these games were designed originally. Was you'd play and fail and retry and fail, and maybe you'd lose a couple soldiers and keep going, and then at the end of the game, you'd half your team would be dead, and you had to recruit the guys later on that filled in the ranks. And maybe after you played the game 2 or 3 times, you kind of learned how to avoid the traps and pitfalls, so to speak. But I've never been a huge fan of just letting people die and abandoning them and moving on. I know it's the core mechanic, but I don't know. It goes against my training of the trainee mentality. I like seeing them grow and get stronger, and I like dancing with death a little, but I don't like actually paying the piper. And I've definitely seen let's plays and heard stories of people who enjoy just blind playing a Fire Emblem game. They're going to lose a bunch, maybe not a bunch, depending on how careful you play, but you'll lose some almost certainly if you're playing it blind, especially the older games with no time travel. And the games are designed around losing some soldiers and then replacing them. Like that's not that was expected. But I don't know how many people did that. Like in my experience, most people I talked about when I was growing up playing these kinds of games, almost everybody just resets when someone dies. Like that's kind of the truth. And then if they get mad enough, they just stop playing the game, which is why we now have casual mode and reloads and in-game in-battle saves and time travel stuff. I think it's because the developers eventually realized that as much as it's a cool idea, it's a neat theme to have permadeath, not that many players enjoy it. It's good to have it as an option, maybe like have Iron Man mode, sort of, right? Like have classic difficulty, hard mode, where if you die, you restart the map or just live with your death. Like that's good for a few people, maybe even a lot of people. But I think most of us are a little bit more casual and just kind of want to experience the game and feel like we're, like an RPG, getting stronger and killing stuff. And I'd rather bench a unit because they got bad gains than just let them die. Anyway, I gotta get going. Thanks for watching, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. I will see you next time for chapter 15.